Hey, how's it going? I'm Skinny Beans, and today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. But we are still in our animal realm. I just thought this one seemed kind of funny that we could kind of enjoy some cursed medieval art. This is from Curious Archive and it's called Hilariously Inaccurate Medieval Art of Animals. And I thought this one seemed kind of entertaining, might be a fun one. If you do get a chance, I would appreciate if you could leave a like and subscribe. It would help me out a bunch. And I have Curious Archives video linked in my description below, so be sure to go and subscribe and watch his videos. I've watched a few of them, and there's definitely a few on my list that I would like to react to. So be sure to go and give him some support. But all right, let's check out this cursed art. I am so ready. Oh my god, some of these faces on here are oh my goodness. We are off to a good start here. Oh my.
Medieval art of animals often looked a little different from
What is this? A simian owl. Oh, bro. Oh, this is like when you get a prompt to draw something from memory and this is what happens instead of when you have no reference.
the real world species. And this mismatch was compounded with any animal the artist had clearly never seen before.
An oyster?
European texts from this period are full of hilarious.
This is a donkey, maybe. Or it's a lion with a donkey. I don't know. It's a unicorn.
Attempts to depict far-off species. So let's take a look at some of the most inaccurate. Bearing in mind it would be difficult to know what, say, an elephant would look like if
Oh my god, it was an elephant? I was way off. Okay.
you'd never seen one before. And speaking of elephants, they're a good place to start when it comes to inaccurate depictions. Medieval artists seem to struggle with the concept of the trunk especially.
Okay, I have tried to draw an elephant before. I've drawn like maybe 3 elephants ever, and they are kind of hard, but I would like to think that my elephants came out a little bit cuter than this. This looks like a goat with a hose or something. Oh my goodness.
Often rendering it in bizarre ways. Many illustrations also depict elephants supporting entire stone castles on their backs. Spurring from myths, elephants were...
Why does this one have one huge eye and it looks so sad? Oh my goodness. What is this thing that's with it? Is that like a dragon? Or is that like a, I don't even know what that would be. A pig at this point? I don't know.
Elephants supporting entire stone castles on their backs. Spurring from myths, elephants were mighty enough to carry around entire buildings. This is, of course, incorrect.
Whoa.
Another large African animal medieval artist struggled to portray accurately is the hippopotamus.
This is a hippo? I don't know what I would have guessed. Maybe we should try to guess these before he tells us. I don't even know at this point. But I don't even know what to say about this one. This is like a fish nightmare, but it's a hippo. Okay.
Possibly to an even greater extent than the elephant. Most illustrations of hippos from the era are way off. With an assortment of aquatic traits like tails and dorsal fins, actual hippos don't possess.
This thing looks like a werewolf, whale, sloth arm. I don't even know. This looks horrifying. If somebody was like, this is a hippo, I'd be like, excuse me. What? This one actually looks kind of cute. Doesn't look like a hippo, but I kind of like this one. This one's kind of cute. It has like a little happy face, and I like that little like snaggle tooth it's got and the little eye. This one's kind of cute.
Off with an assortment of aquatic traits like tails and dorsal fins actual hippos don't possess. Other depictions almost make hippos look like strange horses, perhaps.
I don't know about this one. This one looks like a weird long bird with hooves. I don't. This looks like some like Elden Ring type deal we got going.
Hippos don't possess. Other depictions almost make hippos look like strange horses, perhaps due to misunderstandings surrounding the
Oh
animal's
my
name,
goodness.
which means river horse in Latin.
Oh, maybe there's like we got a little miscommunication going on here.
Perhaps due to misunderstanding.
But this one's kind of cute too. Doesn't totally scream hippo to me. I'm gonna be fair, but kind of cute though. Face is kind of cute. It looks like a horse fox with hooves. I'm yeah, my brain is a little confused at looking at this one, but I can understand maybe where the miscommunication came in for sure.
Surrounding the animal's name, which means river horse in Latin. Up next, we have the giraffe, an animal medieval artists portrayed with less frequency than the hippo or elephant.
Oh my goodness. So this is the giraffe. Okay. They got the legs right. I don't know what's sprouting out of its back. Is it like a tree? Or is that oh no, the tree's I think behind them, but it has like camel humps. And then it looks like we got a wolf head of some sort going on here.
Giraffe, an animal medieval artist portrayed.
But yeah, I totally thought that was like a tree sprouting out of its back, but then I realized that's just the background. The the orange brown kind of meshed a little bit too much for my eyes that I didn't notice that they were like camel humps that it had.
With less frequency than the hippo or elephant. Compared to the hippo at the
Oh
very
my
least, some
goodness.
pieces of art actually get the giraffe's general appearance mostly right.
This is true. I mean, this is a lot closer, I would say. This also looks like some type of paralysis demon that would crawl into your room at night, but closer. A lot closer than I would say the first camel giraffe mixture we had.
Emphasizing the long neck. Well, most of
Oh,
the time.
oh my goodness. We had what is this
Mostly
little
right.
chunker?
Emphasizing the long neck. Well,
Oh my. Okay, well, okay. We got the neck right. Um it kind of looks like a unicorn goat and the legs, are close. This one looks different for sure. This is kind of funny though that to see like different I guess time I don't know, these different time periods and different kinds of artists maybe their interpretations of what a giraffe could possibly look like, I'm guessing. Maybe they don't I'm assuming because they haven't seen one. Maybe this is just based off of stuff that they've read. I'm guessing.
well, most of the time. Moving on to African predators, we have the hyena. And
Okay. So we got hyena. It looks like a dog. The eye looks very stressed. It's not the worst. I don't know if we're just supposed to have two legs on purpose. That one I'm not sure, but this one not so bad.
an animal with rather inconsistent interpretations across different paintings. In some illustrations, the hyena features horns and almost resembles a carnivorous cow, while others are more dog-like.
This one doesn't look that far off. I mean, it obviously like we have more of the pointy nose on it, and this one's a chonker with well, it kind of looks like scales, but I can't really knock this one too much without if you had no context.
This trend is that in many images, hyenas appear to be consuming the dead. This is because of a common myth that the animals dug up cemeteries to eat human remains.
Oh my, that is I didn't know that myth about them. These look like I don't even know, some sort of fantasy creature. I'm not sure what is going on with this one, but I kind of low key really like this picture though. I would probably hang this up in my room. But I kind of like weird stuff like this though.
A concept which is inaccurate. Moving to a different part of the world.
Okay, what do we think this is? This has got to be like a I'm going to say a fox, but I think I'm going to be way off.
Another large predator which gets the short end of the stick in medieval art is the tiger.
Oh my god, yeah, I was so wrong. This is a tiger. Okay. This one's cute though. I really like this little drawing, even if it's not a tiger. I think it looks really cute. I like it. don't hate it.
Far from the massive predatory felines of the real world, medieval tigers were small, dog-like creatures lacking the animal's trademark stripes.
I wonder if that was even ever mentioned in
Medieval
some of
tigers
these.
were small.
You know, like, were stripes something that was described in them? Because if it wasn't, then I could kinda see how this art ended up the way that it did, for sure. This one actually looks kinda close, though. I mean, I don't think it looks terrible. I think without the stripes, it looks odd, but I think that's just because we know what tigers look like, right? Um, I don't think this one is that bad, honestly. This one actually looks I think if you didn't have any reference, I don't think this is bad.
Dog-like creatures lacking the animal's trademark stripes. Strangely enough, in many illustrations,
But it's kind of weird how they all kind of like the first one and this one, they both look like foxes, which is this is kind of interesting. This is a really cool picture, though. I really do like this one.
Creatures lacking the animal's trademark stripes. Strangely enough, in many illustrations, the
I
tiger
really
is
like this
drawn
one.
looking in a mirror. This stems from a legend that a hunter could steal a tiger's cubs if they distracted the mother with her reflection, as the mother would mistake it for her cub.
I wonder I wonder how that worked out when they tested this theory. This one's kind of cool too. This one kinda like a tiger-ish. I think they get the predator type vibe across really well. The horse looks cool, the guy looks cool. This one looks pretty good.
Cubs if they distracted the mother with her reflection, as the mother would mistake it for her cub. A pretty grim legend, and one that would more than likely result in immediate death if tried on a real tiger.
Yeah, I wouldn't I can't imagine that this would have worked out in your favor, but this little illustration, though, is pretty cool. This one looks more dog-like, though, than cat-like than some I feel like some of the other ones looked more cat-like to me.
Tiger. Moving on to the world of birds, the ostrich is a species medieval artists seem.
Oh my god. Okay, so this is an ostrich. This ostrich, this thing, built like a linebacker, but that's like, I don't hate it, though. I definitely don't hate it.
To find particularly challenging. Most images of ostriches lack almost all of the
Oh,
animal's
okay.
defining features, including their long neck and flightless nature. Indeed, many depictions of the ostrich just look like standard birds. Another unusual.
Well, yeah, they kinda do. They all of these that they showed, they all kinda look this one looks like a crow. The other one looked like a pretty generic bird, so, hmm, I wonder what the details we had for that one as far as, like, this is what an ostrich is if you had to use words to describe it.
Indeed, many depictions of the ostrich just look like standard birds. Another unusual trend is the ostrich of medieval art is often shown abandoning its egg to roast in the sun.
Oh my god, that seems kinda vicious and a little savage. This one looks like a vulture almost, or eagle? Turkey eagle type deal? I don't know, but it looks very, very concerned. It looks like it has a very, very worried face.
Although real ostriches do leave their eggs exposed in ground nests, this isn't because they're neglectful parents. Their eggs do just fine out in the open. Furthermore, another odd trend is illustrating the birds eating an iron horseshoe.
Eating an iron horseshoe? That's interesting. I would say this is the closest one that we've seen so far. We got the long neck. Um, the body looks pretty close and other than, like, the feet looking a little funky, but that's I would say this is, like, probably the best one we've seen as far as, trying to figure out how to draw an ostrich.
Furthermore, another odd trend is illustrating the birds eating an iron horseshoe.
That one's
This
not
comes
this one kinda looks like a flamingo ostrich, kinda like a little crossbreed of the 2.
from a myth that ostriches could digest anything, even metal.
Oh my.
Once again, this is distinctly false. Another unique looking bird missing many of its most notable features is the pelican.
Oh my goodness. This looks are they, like, eating each other in this picture? Because some of these don't look like they're alive. This looks this looks like a massacre that's going on here, and I don't know how I would explain these. These kind of look like eagles with really long necks, maybe, with kind of almost like a penguin body, sort of. But pelicans are kind of crazy looking.
Which in medieval art is a short-beaked organism lacking its trademark throat pouch. A highly unusual theme, as most depictions show pelican families eating each other. The bizarre cannibalism comes from a legend that pelican babies try to eat their parents when fully grown, prompting the parents to eat them in return.
Oh my, that seems like some horrible lore for pelicans. And I can't imagine they'd be around very long if it was true.
Babies try to eat their
Everyone would
parents
just
when
be eating
fully
each
grown,
other.
prompting the parents to eat them in return. This is obviously an accurate notion, as any real species would die in just a few generations using such a behavioral model. Diving into the ocean, the next animal worth touching on is the whale, an aquatic leviathan which rarely looks anything like the real species in medieval.
This looks so crazy. I feel like this drawing is like something that you would put in like a children's book or something to have some story about the ocean and like there's like some huge monster, but it's a whale. That's what it kind of looks like. And like, why do they all look stressed? I feel like there's so many of these and they all look like they're so stressed out.
Evil art. In most depictions, the animal looks less like what we know of as a whale
Well,
and more like a giant fish.
that's true. And it has human teeth. This would be terrifying, I feel like. If you're like, "Yeah, this is what a whale looks like," you know, and I'd be like, "Oh, hell, we are not going in the water ever again. This thing has human teeth. No, thank you."
In most depictions, the animal looks less like what we know of as a whale and more
It
like a
still looks
giant
good though.
fish, to the point where some versions are even covered in fish-like scales. Some whales in medieval illustrations
Oh
go a
my.
step further away from the real animal and seem to have legs. While we're dealing
It has paws. This thing has paws and a tail. I don't know what this back part is, and it does it have 2 eyes on the same side? Is that it's kinda cool though. Like, jokes aside, these are all really cool to see. It's kind of interesting to see how things were interpreted, I guess, throughout time, like, I guess, throughout history and how people maybe interpreted, of animals and creatures that they've never seen before. So this is actually really interesting.
go a step further away from the real animal and seem to have legs. While we're dealing with the ocean, the dolphin is another interestingly, albeit incorrectly, portrayed marine mammal when it comes to marine art. Like the whale, the dolphin usually just resembles a giant, slightly goofy looking.
Oh my gosh, they did the dolphin dirty here. Although, to be fair, I would love to see a fish that looks like this.
Fish. One aquatic organism which deviates even further from its real-life counterpart, however, is the sea turtle, which for some reason is
Oh my
often portrayed
goodness.
as bipedal with a
This is like a water warrior creature that we got going here, and it's angy. It looks very angy.
massive tail. Sea turtles in medieval painting
Oh, I love this one. This one's so cute. I mean, I guess if you thought of like it has like a protective shell or something, maybe that's how it was described. They're kind of they're not that far off to like they really aren't. This is adorable though. I actually really love this one.
things also usually feature curiously shaped shells and segmented toes. One depiction of a sea turtle even seems to look more
This one looks like a little hedgehog. I love this one though. This one's kind of cute too, and it looks stressed out. I kind of love the super stressed out faces that we keep seeing.
like a hedgehog, with the artist likely hearing the animal was armored and incorrectly assuming the two species were equivalent. Going further inland, one semi-aquatic predator medieval artists took serious liberties with is the crocodile.
Oh my god, I don't know what I was gonna guess, but crocodile was not it. That was not gonna be my guess at all. I don't even know what we're looking at here. It looks like it has wings, and we have a beak, and are those supposed to be scales or are those feathers? And then almost like a cat type lion body we got going here. This one looks wild.
with many images of the animal looking borderline unrecognizable. To be fair, some illustrations at least look more or less like a reptile, while
that's true. That one looked very reptile-like.
Recognizable. To be fair,
Let me see. I mean, this one is I think this one's closer if you maybe didn't look at its face. A lot of it looks very, very crocodile-like. I do love the face on this one, though. I really like it.
some illustrations at least look more or less like a reptile, while others really deviate from
Oh yeah,
crocodilian
that one's way
features,
far off.
displaying hair, paws, bushy tails, and short dog-like snouts.
I would love to know what I would love to know like how these are all described too, like in books or something. I don't know. Or if this was like documented somewhere of people's interpretations of a lot of these animals. This one I am very confused because we got legs pointing down. We got a tail, but the face looks like it's like, like up the other way. I don't know. I can't. My brain is feels like something ain't right with the face. Like the eyeball should be like that whole like eye mouth should be flipped maybe. And does it have tusks or is that just like a big tooth?
And again, some of the drawings of crocodiles which don't include fur don't look all
I'm
that
amused
better.
by this one.
Nearing the end of our list and truly veering into bizarre territory, we have the scorpion, another animal given fur and mammalian features without any clear explanation.
Clearly, we have what do you think a scorpion looks like? And this is what we got. This is wild though. Let's see. We got like, the tail part, the face. I don't it almost has like a anteater type face with human eyes, which makes it a little scary looking. But this one, I mean, I still think all of this art looks really good though. But I guess I appreciate drawings like this.
Another animal given fur and mammalian features without any clear explanation. There's something about giving a scorpion a non-arachnid face which makes it look so fundamentally absurd.
That one kind of look like a stingray. Like a stingray with legs and like I don't know what kind of animal face we would be looking at here. Is its tail going through the person's hand? Damn.
Giving a scorpion a non-arachnid face,
right,
which makes it look so
I guess,
fundamentally
sort of.
absurd. At least some depictions give it more legs
Oh my
than a standard
god.
quadruped. Well, some depictions.
Oh my.
At the very end of our journey, we have an animal you'd never be able to identify just by looking at medieval portrayals.
Oh, because we know it's not a horse, right? Like, this is not a horse. I don't know what my guess is at this point. For all I know, this could be, I don't know, a mountain lion, a cow. I have no idea.
The chameleon. Although
No way. Oh my goodness. What in the world? The owl in this other picture too looks wild, but like this, I I have no words for this one.
in real life the animal is a lizard,
It still looks good though. It's totally inaccurate if they're saying this is a chameleon, but I I still appreciate it.
medieval art is sometimes portrayed it as a horse-like organism, and sometimes more like a cat. In either case, one thing is for sure, it looks nothing like the animal it's based on.
Yeah.
The error might come from phonetic similarities between chameleon and leon or lion, but truthfully, the reason why chameleons are so inaccurate in art from the period is anyone's guess. And that's where our list comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I have another one like it on the strangest fictional medieval monsters. Please consider subscribing and leaving this video a like if you appreciated the content. Thank you so much for watching.
I really like this one. This was a really entertaining. I really enjoyed this. It's kind of wild to see how history looked at a lot of different animals. And to be fair, I didn't even think a chameleon would have been on here. But that's not to say that that was totally obviously off the list of animals of trying to make drawings of. This was really entertaining though. I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you guys being here. Please be sure to go and give Curious Archive some support. This was a great video. Great collection of some Very awesome medieval art. I really enjoyed this. So be sure to go give them some love. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one.